Today I'm going to teach you how to build. In case you were curious about how we do this entire thing, we're going to teach you how to build the Earth in Minecraft. Not the Minecraft in Earth. Notch already did that. But a big reason I'm doing this is because I've gotten so many comments basically that say I would love to help, but I'm not a builder. It's like everyone can help, man. Like, you don't have to be a builder. I'm going to show you how to do it. Your first project in New York, the most easily joinable project in Build the Earth. And I'm going to show you how to do it with no world edit, nothing whatsoever. You only need to learn one command called TPLL. So if your multiplayer looks something like this, you can easily just add the server, buildtheearth.net. Now to get started, you just right click on your compass that's naturally equipped, get started, help build a city, visit New York. And then you just right click the compass again, help build the city. This is all pretty just self-explanatory. Go ahead and go to building server 1, and there we are. We're in yet another lobby. We right click the compass again, and we've got projects here. Click create new project, and beginner is what will be available to you. I'm just going to click on this first one right here, residential building. And just like that, you are suddenly put into a plot of your own. Take a look at these links right here. You're going to want to see what you're building, so we're going to open it up in Google Maps. Now, personally, I like to open 3 different windows from which we can view our house. One is the 3D view from browser. The next one from 3D view in browser, we go into Street View. And so that way, instead of going in and out of Street View, which is slow and annoying, we can just switch back and forth. Pretty neat, huh? But there's a third one too. But a good way you can do is just right click your house, boom, coordinates. And here in the Google Earth program, we can hit this. And there we are. My zoom in is very slow for some reason. Da-da, da-da. Oh my God, this is so slow. There's an earthquake, I guess. You might be asking yourself, well, I'm playing on an Xbox, Pippin. How do I do this? This is going to be very different for you. In Bedrock, it's just going to show you the coordinates. So while you're on your Xbox, open up your phone, download the Google Earth app, and then you can physically enter in these coordinates to the bar. And you should be able to do pretty much everything that you can do here. Going into Street View, going out of Street View, looking at the 3D. Everything except for one thing, which is what we're about to do next. So we have a shell generated for us, but we're going to want to check the accuracy of the height. To do that, we're going to click on this little thing right here, and then we're going to click 3D Path tab. Move this out of the way a bit. This seems like an okay corner to start measuring. We measure from here to the bottom of the roof. We got 5.35. So you could round that to 5, or you could go up to 6 if you really need the extra room. So it seems to me like this one is 1 too tall. So we're gonna eliminate 1 row of the blocks. So now the first thing we're gonna wanna do is determine what color this is. This building is clearly white. Now up here, we've got diagonal lines like this. We can't do that, but based on the fact that these sides are sideways blocks, I'd say it's safe to say that we should do sideways quartz pillar. Not an easy thing to do without world edit. What's the front face of this? What block would you call this? I would say it looks like basalt. Aside from the slightly red colorings, that looks just about right to me. So one thing we need to do in order to orient ourselves is do the TPLL command, and this is what I'm going to teach you. TPLL is really important. It'll basically put you on the exact block where you right click in Google Maps. So say I want to go to this exact spot of the driveway. We click those coordinates, go back to game, /TPLL, there. Does this sound like cereal to anyone else? It sounds like we're eating cornflakes. Sorry, I'm on an all-meat diet. I can only have salt and meat for like the rest of the year. So you might hear me talking about food a lot. But the first thing we're going to want to do is... Now, World Edit is really nice. Okay, it'll make you be able to do this so much faster. For a lot of you, you might only make one project, and that's actually what I'm counting on. Everyone does one project. I mean, like, just imagine how freaking far we would be if we did that. So, you know, you're gonna have a lot of time to just contemplate life while you're grinding these blocks. But yeah, this diet I've been on is just absolutely insane. The first 5 days were absolute madness. It's like there's this animal inside your brain that's just like clawing for escape. I draw the parallel to sobriety a lot because I can imagine that that's what it feels like. I've never had any sort of, you know, addiction problem Well, with drugs, I obviously have an addiction to food, but I'll get these like cravings, you know, just randomly, you know, and I'll be like texting my friends and stuff, you know, like pizza sprinkled with Skittles. Like it gets really gross. I don't understand half the things that come out of my mouth. I just need some tomato soup with Sour Patch Kids thrown in. Just throw Sour Patch Kids in and a Carolina Reaper. I could go for just pizza covered in chocolate. Something, just something. Peach ring gummy lasagna. Oh, it sounds so good. Give me a broccoli burger. Yeah, broccoli burger just covered in lemon juice. And then sneak some Warheads in there. Do you guys remember Warheads? Oh my God. Okay, and we have our material accurate shell. Now that the shell is done, the next thing that we're gonna do is the generic roof shape. The weird thing about this is the sun's just shining, right? We can't tell if this is black and just the sun makes it white or if it's white naturally, but we're just gonna make it white, okay? It's a white building. White. If you look at this roof, it's less blinded and it seems to be pretty much the same color. I don't know, man. It's just really difficult to tell. I think we're just gonna go with smooth stone slab. Now you might be thinking, how the hell do we do a roof like this? It's actually pretty simple. The first thing that you want to do is basically make the skeleton, right? So you see these lines? We're gonna make these lines. So we're gonna take one of these top points, we're gonna TPLL. If you subsume in your head how this is all gonna look going down from that point, and then cross-reference that with how it looks here, you can tell that it's obviously way flatter than this whole two areas. So we're at least gonna go down to here. But also additionally, this TPLL it generally was not in the center of this, so we're gonna move it over here. Disobeying TPLL may seem like an unforgivable sin, but I fully give you permission. It's actually pretty easy to make a line like this. You just gotta connect them. And there you go. Basically now you've got the general shape of the roof. And now what you're going to want to do is just fill the rest in. And the way you do that is, we've got something right here. It's safe to say the line just continues. And so you want to do this, and there's another one here, so it just kind of continues. And then it goes down one, so you do one like this, and then you do the bottom. Pretty simple. Now let's do it to all three sides. It's really messed up because, you know, like when you feel the hunger, basically, like the hunger is just all-consuming, right? It's this all-consuming maw that wants you to converge upon your desire. But the cool thing is that when you resist it, you suddenly like have all this energy to do basically everything else. I think I saw some like an Arnold Schwarzenegger clip, and I can't remember what he was talking about, but the clip ended with him saying, "I'd rather stay hungry." I think that's what the Bhagavad Gita was talking about when it said you are not entitled to the fruit. It's like if you can rechannel that hungry energy, it's like you can just basically do anything. There's just nothing that you can't do. As opposed to just, you know, getting your fill on dopamine every day thanks to the absurdity of modern society. To the point where we're all just slugs and we can't do anything. Have you ever wondered why you constantly feel like a slug and you're not motivated to do anything and you can't do anything? It's because you're not hungry. If you want the cure to modern society, deprive yourself of the dopamine sources. And honestly, start with the food because in my opinion, that's the worst. So we've got the roof. It looks great. Isn't that great, guys? It's really not hard. This isn't hard. Now there's two things we're gonna want to do next. First is an awning right here. That's pretty close, honestly. I'll take it. What this really looks to me is it looks like just some sort of canopy draped over the real version of the house. So we'll build that really quick. We're just gonna TPL to that corner. Now it's safe to say it's got the same roof texture. You can kind of see it really does look like it. Let's see, which one of these matches the color more? I would definitely say red nether brick. See, it's flush with the house on this side, and then you got a block or two on that side. And then we got white fence posts going down. I usually do the birch fence, and then we just fill it out. We're gonna start working on the front and wall details. Okay, so this is really interesting. This home has a garage, and then they basically built over the driveway and the garage. You can never use the garage again. So garage texture, I usually use shulkers, but we're in a more modern version of Minecraft. We might as well use the netherite block, because I always thought that would be a perfect garage texture. I like it. And then I love my court stairs to make just the nicest little windows. In this case, it looks something like this. Obviously, there's way more windows here. but you can't do them because Minecraft doesn't divide that much. Now up here, there's a pretty centered window. There's a number of ways we can do this. How about we do this way? And for the middle, we can just make it like that. There we go. Now for the door. We've got like jungle stairs, I would say here. Yeah, that seems like jungle would fit. It looks to me like the window next to this door is the same length. And we place the door there. Look at that, that looks great. We have a little bit of room to make that strange velvety awning. Now, railings are really tricky. There's really no alternative as opposed to making them just look really awkward. So we're just gonna do our best here. Just something like that. And then we will TPLL the fence. So while we're here, we're gonna go ahead and make the yard. And I myself like to mix coarse dirt with dirt. We don't really go any more crazy than that. Sometimes I do when it's a lot of dirt, but most of the time I'm just mixing dirt with coarse dirt, and then that ends up looking very nice. It looks to me like it's strangely checkerboarded. It's hard to make this out. I'm just gonna do a mix of bricks and then bricks. And then we mix in some cracked ones just to give it some nice texture. Next up, we're doing this area. It looks pretty light to me. We got multiple fence gates here. Based on our stocking of this house, it seems like they're open, so we're gonna leave them that way. I honestly think it's lighter than this. What do you guys think? I'll make a little polished diorite slab wall right here. That'll fix this right up. And then I spy with my little eye a little fence, which is not going the correct way. I think a way we could fix that without being able to place that, we can't place out there. They won't let us. We can do that and then break it off. Hey, there you go. And then this sidewalk seems to be very diorite-y. And for the street, we'll go with that very famous gray powder cyan terracotta mix. Now we've got a tree here. I've got no tree schematics or anything. We're just gonna see if we can grow one. I would say that's good enough. Now these to me, in Minecraft, they look like very tall ferns. And with this basketball court and dirt over here outside of the plot, it would look like we are done with the front. What do you guys think? I think it looks great. Of course, I would think it looks great. Now, for side details on the windows and stuff, you're gonna wanna see if you can actually see them on street, because then it's gonna be objective. They're slightly smaller. I wouldn't say quite half, so I think I'm gonna go with 1.5 meters. Now, Pippin, how do you make 1.5 meters tall windows? You can do it, you can do it. I'm gonna show you how. First, we make this meter on the side. You can go cobble wall, that's a bit gigantic, or you can go like iron bar. Iron bar doesn't make it quite round. You know, it's just a compromise. Everything's a freaking compromise. I'll just go with the cobble wall, all right? It looks like we have bars on the windows. It's not a safe neighborhood. I feel kind of weird stalking this house to this sort of level. Expect some sort of restraining order sometime in the future, but you know, there's nothing we can do about that. We just have to keep building the earth in Minecraft until we get a court order. Now, how do we get 1.5? It's really easy. You just do it like this. /through command's a really easy way to go through walls without having to poke holes in them. So there you go. That one's for free. Congratulations. And now the fun part, we're gonna jail these up. The children cannot escape. There we go. Jail. Okay, you guys, I promise I didn't fix all this with World Edit. Totally legit, okay? Vanilla. The wall is fixed. Sometimes you might screw up, but it's important to look at multiple sources. Now we're gonna do this side. Fortunately, we can see what's going on here. You really can't tell what kind of door it is. In that case, I usually like to use the generic spruce door. The panes look darker than usual. We'll go gray stained glass. Okay, trees are obscuring the rest, so I would say that's done. Now we move on to the backyard. Kind of tough to determine what's going on here, but clearly we got a big window, little window, big window. We'll just start with that. Okay, awkward, but that's what we're looking at, man. I think we got it. This whole thing's flat, so we're gonna eliminate this. Now we got a big ass sexy wood deck. I like this deck. I could imagine having this deck. Bro, this house is probably like $1 million. At this point, every single one of these boxes you see in the United States is $1 million. And we've got a little bit of a shed here. A lot of people are going to be triggered when I say that word. Where did we go? What just happened? Okay, well, it's clearly outside of our jurisdiction. Okay, our jurisdiction is clearly not very far. So we're really just making the stairs and then the rest of it's wood. I guess it's birch and we can like mix in some oak wood planks. Yeah, it's something like that. That's basically what I saw. I think we're gonna have to go wider with these poles. How about those Enderman dildos? I don't really like to use these. I don't know why. Now all that's left is we kind of just got to determine what's in here. We can't. It's just a dark pit. It's a cave of abyss. But it is pure evil darkness. I can assume there's some sort of door there. Let's do this. And then there's obviously like just some kind of window here to the side. Can we assume there's a window right behind this? Now, in terms of the exterior, I think that's it, you guys. I really do. I think there might be a little fence here going on. I really don't know, but I think that's it. I think we've got it. Pretty good. We're not done yet. Not done yet. You gotta go inside once you're done and glass and black your windows. I know that sounds illegal or something. Just bear with me. Ooh, tinted glass looks interesting. I'm gonna get that just so no one can know what's going on in here. Now we're gonna just shut everything out, okay? Make sure no one knows what's going on in this house. You're 17. You just want your parents to leave you alone. You've got blackout curtains. No sunlight whatsoever. I mean, the sun is a deadly laser, so it makes sense. All these people saying you need sunshine, like they're full of crap. Like, oh yeah, vitamin D, you need your vitamin D. It's like, oh yeah, do I need my cancer too? I'll take cancer to go along with my vitamin D, thank you. Use your brain, bro. And we especially got to black out these basement windows because that's where all the fun stuff happens. Okay, you guys, I think our house is done. So in general, that took me a pretty short amount of time. And we're going to go ahead and submit our build now. We're just going to sort of cross our fingers. When you submit your shit, you might get accepted, you might get rejected. Now, the thing is, if you get rejected, it's usually like some sort of detail or something. You can come back to this and then you can fix it and then resubmit it as complete and they'll check again. So don't give up, guys. Don't give up if you get rejected. So I'm going to click this. So right click to edit, complete. There, we marked it for complete. They took us out of the build right away. If you follow this tutorial to a T, which is basically just common sense building what you see, you will probably be accepted. And if not, it's probably just like a window that you missed or something. Building the Earth in a 1-to-1 scale would be the most amazing thing that we'd ever see in our lifetime, ever. This project is essentially a communist experiment in action. We have to prove that communism will work, you guys. If every single person that viewed this video does what I just did, suddenly you can take all those products and put them all together and create something bigger than the sum of its parts, something that looks phenomenal. And if we do it enough times, the city's gonna be complete. Can you even imagine what that's going to be like? We have a certain percentage of the city complete, and if you want to see just how much we've built in the last 3 years, check out the next video.